Thanks, Chrissy, and it's a pleasure to be back here at RIU and to talk about the ACDC story. Please take notes. So essentially the strategy for ACDC is the monazite mineral that's contained in the heavy mineral sand assets, and is to then take that through to downstream processing and to then extract the rare earths into a mixed rare earth oxide. We've coupled up with a licensed technology to process the monazite mineral, and so then it's really then finding those key heavy mineral sand projects up front. So over the last year and where we've positioned our projects, we have the Goshen Central project, which is really the key one in our suite. We've completed a lot of work over the last 2 years since listing. We have a strong resource. We've done 2 updates. We had a significant growth that we reported end of last year. We just completed our metallurgical test work program that we released yesterday. That was 1.6 tonnes worth of material through a pilot scale plant. It gave us lots of met data, gave us product quality data, and it really enabled us to start having mature conversations with off-takers. The downstream processing technology provides a good talking piece. It really has a strong ESG flavour with it as well. And so at the moment we're working through our scoping study for a vertically integrated operation. Additionally, outside of the Goshen Central project, we also have 6 or 7 other tenements in the Murray Basin, and they range from strandline to WIM-style deposits, but we have a significant holding over there, and we really have had some great discoveries over the last 12 months. And so the opportunity with ACDC Minerals is the critical minerals list of titanium, zirconium and rare earths that we provide that exposure to investors. So as I mentioned, the strategy is phase 1 is really finding that heavy mineral sand project where we can use the traditional plant, a tried and tested, working in mature markets where zircon, titania is well understood. And then now with the rare earths and the critical minerals, these monazite and xenotime minerals that were previously a waste now are a nice bit of cream to the economics of the projects. And so phase 1 would be then just to produce that concentrate and ship that, and phase 2 would then be utilising that downstream technology that I mentioned. And so our corporate structure, so as you can see there, we're in a great position for investment. We're near cash backing. We've still got 2.7 million in the bank. We are still able to keep on progressing with our plans for the next 12 months. And there's a really great opportunity there for ACDC. The peer projects that are around us, there's about 3 or 4, all nearing FID, all at market caps ranging from 70 to 100 million. Exactly the same projects, same stuff in the ground. That's really the opportunity for you here today. ACDC sitting at a $4 million market cap, that's the opportunity. We have a strong board, and it's not easy to find people that have had exposure to rare earths through exploration and into development. Obviously Mark being that key one there, and the rest of us have had various looks through rare earth across the world. We are in the booth just behind here, so please come and say hi and have a chat. We've got our chairman here this week here as well. So Goshen Central, an advancing project. So as I mentioned, we've done the met test work. The drilling that we did last year really gave us a nice increase in the resource, and Victoria sort of backed the critical minerals push last year with the release of the critical minerals roadmap. And as you can see, that ACDC project there was earmarked. And those ones around us that I mentioned before as well, they're the ones that are FID and showing that there is validity to these projects and there's strong economics there, and we are really going to be that next cab off the rank. So the Goshen Central project with the resource update last year, as you can see, that red blob there is the 5% outline, and so that was really the key area that we looked to target with our drilling campaign early last year. And we had some really significant intercepts, and we were excited to get that into the resource geos. And yeah, we saw nearly a 20% increase in grade, a large increase in indicated tonnes, and that's really what we've been able to utilise for our mine plan and to get that confidence in the economics that we can report. And also importantly, it shows that it's still open. So there's only been a couple of holes to that further east of that indicated outline. And so that's really the dangling carrot for us to get back out there and hopefully do that increase again, another 20%, to really push that grade up and then really allow the mining engineers to have a high grade zone to work with and deliver a strong grade for the life of mine. So the scoping study is underway at the moment. We've had, I guess, key consultants that have sort of tried and tested in these areas, and with these projects, they're all very similar as far as the engineering and the technology piece. So, you know, we're not breaking new ground in as far as the physical separation of the mineral sand operation. So it's this physical screening, spiralising, and so the risk there is very low, and the confidence that we gain in the capital and operating estimates, even at scoping level, is probably beyond where we're saying it is, because of the they've done all the feasibility for our peers around. The rare earth processing piece, we've done a lot of work there in understanding when we drop this flow sheet. As I mentioned, we're working with Medallion, so when we pull this into an Australian setting, that the flow sheet will accommodate an Australian environmental permitting, and so that's where there's been a few slight tweaks to the flow sheet, mainly on the back end of how we deal with that waste management. But we really have a strong ESG alternate compared to the sulfonation process, which is, I guess, what some other peers are proceeding with. So collectively, when we look at our tenement suite, we've done lots of drilling in the last 2 years since we've been listed, over 25,000 metres. The Goshen Central project has obviously been our focus. But we have had some really significant discoveries at Douglas and Watcham, which we'll talk about next. So the Douglas project, so that's down in the region of the Iluka Douglas mine that finished operating in about 2014. And so there's been lots of work there historically in the region, previous strands. That through our exploration work last year, we identified another discovery. And you can see there's some really significant grades there, up to 11%, a couple of 20% intervals. So that's been really encouraging, and we did another round mid last year, and so we're planning now to go out and do a mag survey in the next few weeks to go and further lock in that sort of zone, and then get back out in the drill rig and chase up. The Watcham North project, we had a really good discovery there last year. You can see high 20s, 30s THM, right near the previous Iluka retention licensed Barbary project. So there's really sort of strong signs there as well, and really strong encouragement to go back and do some further work there and really test the extents of that deposit, or that mineralisation. And so what's the work plan for the next 12 months for ACDC? So as I mentioned, we've got the scoping study underway at the moment, and so the plan is to get that out in the next month or so, and that'll really be able to peg us well against those peers that I mentioned before that are at that cusp of leading into execution. And we'll really be able to, from there, plan out how we progress this to the next steps, where we should be pushing onto the drilling and the resource definition. We are at the moment also going through the mineralogy with the Goshen project, and really look to define those domains, and hopefully chasing up that high-grade domain, and hopefully we see a stronger assemblage there, which typically you do. And so then we're hoping that we can then turn that around quickly into another MRE update, and then get that back into the mine plan, and then hopefully that delivers a lot stronger results. We've also got the Douglas field program, the surveys, and then if that becomes encouraging, then we would then be back out there again drilling. So the next sort of 3, 4, 6 months, there's lots of work underway. Also with the Goshen project, we are moving into a retention licence. So I guess in the eyes of the department, that is seen as a positive step forward for the project. And we've had to deliver certain amounts of deliverables to show economics on the project, and to show that it's in a positive position to then move forward and then eventually be moving towards an ML. So it's really a strong vote for the project, and obviously with the support of the critical minerals roadmap, it's a really exciting time there at the moment, and Victoria's backing these critical mineral projects. So please, I welcome everyone to jump on and buy some shares, or if not, put us on your watch list and then come have a chat with us. Thank you.
Once you get here onwards, it's all fine. I'm very good,